Congratulations, you finally made it to 4 p.m. You know what that means. Happy hour. It's time to kick back, relax, and dive into the world of sports with the Young and Norvelle Show. Whether you're catching up on the latest scores, analyzing the big plays, or gearing up for tonight's games, we've got you covered. So grab a cold one, settle in, and let's talk sports. Here they are, Patrick Young and Terry Norvelle.
All right, here we go. I guess anybody can do it when the weather's absolutely perfect. It is a tough time of year, a battle-through time of year, but I promise, folks, we are going to start seeing the downside of this hot summer that kind of defines the state of Florida. Hi, everybody. Terry Norvelle set up on the patio. You know it. If it's Thursday, I'm on the patio here at Sliders Oyster Bar. Wonderful specials, oyster specials today, drink specials. It never stops. They carry, obviously, the world-renowned Safe Harbor Seafood is all over the menu here at Sliders, and they have some type of menu. Some of the specials just when they decide to just throw out specials. How about a sweet Vidalia onion straws, $12 bucks. Fried green tomatoes. I love me some fried green tomatoes. Snow crab, Cajun grilled mahi sandwich. They always obviously have flounder and mahi sandwiches. How about pan-seared cobia over garlic mashed potatoes and seasonal squash with roasted poblano cream sauce? Oh my goodness, that whole dissertation there just says, Terry, you ain't fancy enough for that, but it is good eating. You can come in and roll your sleeves up, come in flip flops and baggies, any way you want to enjoy the wonderful location here in Neptune Beach, Sliders Oyster Bar. And if all that's not enough, just the specials. If you have a sweet tooth when you're done, how about a special today? Chocolate mousse cake. Chocolate mousse cake. There you have it. If you're not hungry, if you weren't hungry 2.5 minutes ago, you are now. Come on down to Neptune Beach and find us at Sliders Oyster Bar. Hope to hear from Patrick Young a little bit later here on the program. We've got a lot of stuff to get into. NFL is rocking and rolling. Really, I think this is kind of the final week of preseason. And I get it. This will be game 2 this weekend for everybody. 2 of 3. Game 3 really doesn't count. Game 3 is just kind of a throw in. It's almost it's almost like the wedding rehearsal on Friday night. Game 3 of the NFL preseason. Nothing really happens. You put on your pretty clothes. You kind of go over the walk. You go over where you're going to stand. You go over who's going to talk, who's not going to talk. That's week 3 of the preseason. We're coming up in week 2, and I think it is an important week with regard to some of the guys on the back end trying to make the roster, and the Jaguars, with a brand new everything. I mean, basically everything. The top 5 non-football positions are all new in their first year of doing their new job. It is important for the Jaguars. They need to show out pretty well. We'll talk a lot about the Jaguars. We'll talk a lot about some grading tiers that have been out in and on some different sports sites, including one of the sites, I think it was the Athletic. I've got it pulled up here. We're going to go over the Athletic and how they feel about the NFL starting quarterback tiers. Tier 1 is the best. Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4, 5, and 6. We'll take a look at that, and really we will take a look at how the rest of the NFL, not the people here in Duval County, because I think you would agree that probably different, not different from other hometowns. I think things can get kind of skewed to the home guy. We'll take a look at how the rest of the NFL kind of feels about Trevor Lawrence and the quarterback play that the Jaguars have gotten, they expect to get. We'll talk about that as we go. Speaking of the Jaguars, word is, and this was from gosh darn, I probably started looking around and snooping around today around noonish or so to see what happened today out at camp for the Jaguars. Pretty much across the board, the word was it was a bad practice. It was a sloppy, ugly, bad practice, kind of across the board. I'm not so sure that's a surprise. I mentioned, obviously, there's one more big game, but these guys have been going at it now for a couple of weeks. They know that there's 1 or 2 more on-field meaningful practices, because I think once Sunday's game rolls around, the preseason game with the Jaguars and the Saints, I think after that, the hay's pretty much in the barn. They'll practice a couple times next week, and they'll go down to Miami They may get some good work down in Miami with that joint practice, but the game will be nothing. I think these players can kind of see, and the human elements taking over, not just in Jacksonville. I think across the board. I would not be surprised, and I'm too lazy and won't do it. I would not be surprised if we didn't. If KC and I and we asked Patrick as well to jump in, we gave each other 10-ish teams and said, "Hey, go get the overall. How did they practice today?" I think most of them would have been sloppy, sluggish. I think we're kind of in that spot. It was an ugly, humid day. It is an ugly, humid day today. But the Jaguars supposedly really didn't look very good. A little bit later, we want to talk about, speaking of the Jaguars and one of our college teams that we follow pretty hard here, obviously Florida State, the Florida State Seminoles. I got thinking this morning, and I want to walk this through in a little bit. I wonder if the Seminoles and the Jaguars, I think they might be facing kind of the same type of season. And I need to expound on that a little further. I'm not so sure, and I'll tease it right now. I'm not so sure that if we were to fast forward about 6 months from now, and the NFL season wrapped up and the college regular season wrapped up, I'm not so sure that the Jaguars and the Florida State Seminoles, I'm not so sure they don't have 2 or 3 more wins in the win column than a lot of people would expect. But I'm going to back this up. I wonder if the Jaguars and Seminoles, if they reach those numbers, will we be looking at them and both saying, a little bit of fool's gold? The reason I say that, my God, we'll start with the Jaguars first. The way the Jaguars division has played out, or is playing out right now in the last couple of years, man, it looks like there's a lot of wins in there. And Florida State, say what you want. You look at the Florida State schedule, man, I don't think the Noles are going to be real good this year, but man, there are a lot of winnable games on that schedule. So the roundabout way to look at this possibly is, might we get 6 months from now, might we look up and we may see a 7 or 8 win Jaguar team and maybe a 6 or 7 win. Now keep in mind, obviously college plays less games in the NFL, but a 6 or 7 win Seminole record. And we might, if you really know the game and follow the game and both leagues, NFL and college, big time college, we might be saying, wait a minute, now this might be a little fool's gold. Now, the problem with fool's gold is, yes, the wins, they count in the win column, and they look good in the win column. You know, a 6 or 7 win season looks a lot better than a 2, 3, or 4 win season. Ask Florida State fan. But what happens if the fool's gold fools your organization or your program into not doing the right thing? Anyway, we'll get into that. I think there might be some similarities. There might be some extra wins in the win column this year for the Jags and the Seminoles that are very, very schedule-induced. And you worry, you don't want to let a schedule-induced record sway you from doing things that you might need to do. And I'll just leave it at that. We can come back to that as we need. Getting back to the quarterback play in the NFL, pretty interesting tier ranking from The Athletic. We'll get into that as we go. I told you a moment ago. I'm not a Trevor Lawrence apologist, but I am surprised how many people that I hear from, that I read, Duval kind of fans, Jaguar fans, and the tenor of their comments seem to be that Trevor Lawrence is one of the major problems of this football team. I'm sorry, I chuckled there. I'm not saying that Trevor Lawrence is, about to knock John Elway and Joe Montana and Dan Marino out of the way. But, man, I chuckle when I hear that a lot. And I wonder if The massive contract has clouded that because, frankly, if you look at the Jacksonville Jaguars roster and production and game day production, Trevor Lawrence, in terms of issues that need to be fixed on the Jaguars franchise, Trevor Lawrence's play is way down low. Can you get better quarterback play in the NFL? Of course you can. He's nowhere near the top level. But we're going to take a look at this tier ranking here in a moment. You can do a lot worse than Trevor Lawrence playing quarterback for your NFL team. And there are a lot bigger, many bigger issues that the Jacksonville Jaguars need to cross and fix than quarterback play from Trevor Lawrence. We'll get into that and see how the national people have ranked Trevor Lawrence. Maybe they agree. Maybe they don't agree with what I just said. We got some sports history coming up. Some other stuff I want to talk about. I'm still perplexed as we head into football season, and particularly we head into college and NFL season, football season, and the first month of both seasons really overlap with hurricane season. And if you spend any time in this area, you know what I'm talking about, and hurricanes can be devastating, and we just live with them. I'm going to bring this up again. I'm still perplexed. I still don't understand the code red in September, late August, September, around some college football games played at outdoor stadiums versus the lack of code red by NFL franchises that play in outdoor stadiums. We'll talk about that. I've got a great story about a pole vaulter. I'm going to go ahead and proclaim this guy the smartest athlete in the history of sports across the board in the world ever. You're going to enjoy this story. I'm going to catch you guys up on Jack Caglione. You know, he went out with an injury a couple of 3 weeks ago. He was on the 10-day. Now he is on his rehab assignment. Looks like he's doing pretty good. We'll catch up on that. All that's coming up. But I got a pressing issue. I can't believe I'm the only one, and it really rears its head in football season. I'm not sure. Casey, do we have Patrick? I didn't know if I heard Patrick or not.
Nope.
I'm not sure. Okay, Casey, you keep your ears on if you don't mind, if you're not too busy back in World headquarters. I got to bring this up. And I took some notes this morning before I left the house. I can't believe I'm the only one here that this happens, but I've got a football season TV issue. And Casey, here's the issue, and it happens every year. And I've had the same television set up for probably 4 or 5 years at my house. Okay, been in the same place, got my same setup. Sure. I can't be the only one. Here's my issue: Terry's football season TV issue. Casey, am I the only one out there, literally, not just for sports, just to enjoy my television? To turn my television on, I have to hit about 9 buttons. Am I the only one?
Yeah, mine's 2.
Is that how your TV is?
Yeah, just 1 and then down to where I'm trying to go and then hit it again. Why you got so many buttons?
I wrote it down. I actually went to my TV this morning. Where did I put this at?
You still have cable?
I went to my TV this morning, and it drives me crazy because there are times, Casey, let's say a random Saturday morning, and there are some big-time college football games coming on that day, right? And it may start with the Fox big game. You may have Ohio State, Penn State going at it at 12:02 kickoff. And that's a great game. And there's an SEC game opposite that. And then at 3:30, the Big Ten and the SEC. And then at night, here's what my issue is with my TV. Let's say a random Saturday, and this will happen in a couple of Saturdays. I'm up and about. I get up early, right? I'm letting the dog out. I'm feeding the dog the breakfast, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I get a load. It's Saturday morning. Maybe I throw a load of laundry in, start spinning that. Maybe I want to run to the grocery store. So it's 10:30 by this time. Maybe before I want to go to the grocery store, Casey, I swing by the gym, want to do a little workout, maybe 30-minute, 45-minute workout. You want to go before you go to the grocery in case you get perishable, frozen food, blah, 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 blah. So, Casey, there are times, maybe I'm visiting my daughter. Maybe she's taking me to breakfast, brunch. I don't know. There are times when I get home, it may be 11:57. It may be 12:05. Casey, it takes about 5 minutes. I got to hit power. I got to hit source. I then have to scroll down to YouTube TV, and I have to hit that. And then this next screen pops up, and I have to go all the way to the left. And then I got to go down, 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 and hit YouTube TV. Then a big screen pops up, and it says, do you want to no, a big screen pops up with my name on it, and I have to click my name, I guess, to say I'm the one watching. I have to click that. Then I have to go back to the left, down, 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 and then across a lot of times, hit YouTube. Casey, I've got to hit like 12 to 15 buttons to get watching.
Yeah, it's terrible. We got to clean that up.
I don't know how. How do I do it?
I mean, how many people are on your profile to start?
Well, there's my name and Kendall's name because she used to live there. She's gone.
Kick her out. Kick her off. You got to go.
She gone.
I mean, if you're an adult, you got to pay for your own. You got to get off.
What am I not paying? It's my YouTube. That's what I pay every month.
Yeah, but if she's on there, I'm saying you kick her profile off, then it's one or two less buttons you got to hit because it'll go right to yours.
You think? God, I swear to God. And I have to navigate like literally 8 buttons. And then on some of the buttons, I have to navigate up, down, right, left. Another 6 or 7 or 8. Push, push, push. It's unbelievable. And then here's the other thing, Casey. Okay, let's say Penn State and Ohio State are playing. They've kicked it off. I'm 5-10 minutes deep into the game. I'm racing home. I zoom into the driveway. I rush to the front door. I pet my dog. I'm like, gosh, I've missed kickoff. So when I start hitting all those buttons I got 2 things here. I start hitting all those buttons, Casey. Lord knows, and I mean stop the world if I hit the wrong button. Then you got to start all over again.
Pretty much.
Oh, my God. You talk about how that'll make you mad?
You could also set like your favorite channel so they come right to the top. That might be helpful.
Oh, and I do that. By the way, when you're really in a hurry and you're like, oh, my God, the Gator game just kicked off. I had to get up to the store or Kendall had a flat tire. I had to go get her or whatever. I race home. The Gator. Dude, I'm going. Oh, my God, I hit the wrong button. It has took me back to the first stop.
Ugh.
I can't be the only one that does this.
No, it happens. It happens.
It is frustrating.
Yeah.
Oh.
So what do you think the fix is?
You think if I kick Kendall out, that would help?
I think you would, save a step or two. I mean, we're talking seconds on the, the hour, but.
Oh my God. And by the way, how about this? How about this? Okay. We've made it to the evening games. Okay. All right. We've watched a lot of ball. Maybe I had spaghetti. Maybe I had some tacos. We've made it to the 7:30 game, the big game, the night game, right? I mean, this is the big game. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'm in the living room. I've been watching all day. And, if you're in the living room, it's a night game. Call me crazy. I kind of like to keep it kind of dark in there. Then the TV pops, right?
Sure, it's reasonable.
The TV pops. And, I've been known to, on these night games, especially when the weather turns, you got the windows open. It's a night game. The TV's popping. You don't have much light. I'll get 2 or 3 candles lit. And you can make jokes all you want, but it makes for a nice little ambiance. Here's the other problem. Casey, you start trying to go back and forth between games. It's dark. You can't see your control very well. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
And you're all the way back to the beginning. You're missing
that one feels like it could be avoided, though, huh?
I mean, I'm not going to stop. You better stop drinking, Terry. Don't drink,
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying,
Dad. I'm sorry, Dad. Let me stop drinking. God.
I'm saying one, you could turn a light on, Or two, and this is the part that I think you should do, maybe memorize the remote after. How long have you had this TV?
I know, but it is kind of hard.
No, I feel like you should know it. If you've had it for, what'd you say, 8 years?
Yeah, 6, 7 years.
It should be second nature. You should know where the buttons are.
I will say this. Occasionally, I've been at friends' houses, and I don't know. I don't think they bought the remote. I think it's just their service is modern. How about those remotes that light up on their own? That's nice. I need one of those. They light up. The remote lights up. I don't mean so you can find it. I mean, it lights up the screen,
Yeah, for sure. Maybe you could get one of those on Amazon or something.
I need one of those. But, man, my TV, it's like tonight. Oh, I know what else I was going to say. So, for the last few years, one of my solutions, and I hate doing this. I don't do it all the time because one of my solutions, if I'm leaving the house at 10:30 in the morning, said, okay, Terry, you got to do something. You're about to watch 12 hours of football, okay? At least go work out, run through the grocery store, pick up your run your errands. You with me? Just run your errands.
Yeah.
You got to do something.
I'm with you.
Okay. I know it takes a billion moments and buttons to get my TV going. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's a high noon, really good game, one of the answers, but I don't like this answer, is when I leave the house, turn the TV on, get it all set, and leave. Well, I don't like that answer because your TV only has so many fire-up hours in it, and it's going to die. I don't want to just leave my TV on for 6 hours until I get back home. Is that fair? Get home, the TV's dead.
The TV's not going to die. I mean, come on.
Picture tube burn out because I left it on for 6 hours every Saturday.
That's not going to happen.
It ain't easy being me. I tell you, it's not easy being me. You know that?
How old is the TV? How many years?
This TV's probably 4 years old.
The TV is not going to die out.
Ooh, if it does, though, Casey, I am right over in your front living room.
That's fine. I won't be home, but you can come knock if you want.
I do have when Kendall moved out about a year ago, I do have her humongous flat screen that was in her bedroom. It's up there still, so I could go get that. But it would take me forever to hook it up. Then you know how you got to do all this, all this BS,
Sounds like you'd be watching football upstairs, is what I'm hearing.
I would. I probably would. No furniture, just a TV and just tile floor, nothing on.
You got a folding chair or something?
Yeah.
That could work.
I don't know. I can't really tell. Are you with me here or against me? I can't tell.
I'm with you for the most part, but I do think there's some ways.
You're patting me on the head, though, a little bit. I get it.
I think there's a couple ways you could avoid this situation. Yeah. The TV's probably not going to die. Maybe figure out what the remote looks like before you turn the lights off, something like that.
I remember the old days. You just fired it up and bam. Guess what? You were on CBS. Dun, 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 and you were watching Tennessee and Georgia.
Yeah.
Now,
the case anymore.
problem with way back then, that's about the only game you got, right?
True.
That's the only game you got. And I guess you couldn't screw it up too bad because you had 4 channels.
Right.
Oh, it's a lot of work. It ain't easy being me. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back here off and running. I want to thank the good folks here at Sliders Oyster Bar, our Thursday home. We're on the patio. Happy hour crowd rolling in on the patio, inside at the full liquor bar, and, of course, Johnny Pop serving the oysters. I think, Thursday, $12 dozen oysters. Great oyster specials all day and night today, and, of course, drink specials to go with that. You got to wash them down. So get over here if you're in the mood for some seafood. Have the best seafood in Neptune. Get to Sliders Oyster Bar.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dynamic Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jax, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jax is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jax 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jax 24/7.
Mr. Angry Gator there ready to get chomping as Florida is ready to go. Florida 17th in one poll, 15th in another poll. 15 puts you kind of in the mix. You know, you got to
Terry, that Gator right there, he looks like he would tear up one of those dolphins pretty easily.
He did. He really did. He looked like
one of those. Oh, man.
He looked like he would chomp down. Patrick Young, as you can hear, joining us. Glad to have Pat. You had a busy day today. Glad to have you on. We've
yes, sir.
Got a lot of fun to get the start. Everything good? How's your Thursday cooking?
Good. Yeah, I had a fairly early-ish morning. It was like one thing after another for a while, and then at an MRI. What time was that? It's weird. They had me scheduled for 12:15. I didn't go back there till like 12:45.
Come on, people.
I know, and it wasn't long. 30 minutes, and then when I got home, that was the first time I could eat something. Yeah. And my body was like, what did you just do to me? And I had to lay down. So I feel better now.
I bet that was a good little nap, though, wasn't it? That was good sleep.
It was. Just now it was. Yeah, absolutely.
I bet that was a good sleep. Pat, word is from the Jaguars today. And, I get the fact that they have another game next weekend, but this coming game on Sunday, the second of three, this is the final game. The next one will be nothing. The scrimmage will be more important. The word is, and I kind of snooped around today about today's scrimmage practice. The Jaguars had a little scrimmage practice. The word was it looked terrible. They all looked bad. I can understand that. Can you imagine being out in that heat now for 2.5, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
You got a practice coming up next week that's more important than the final game. You got a game coming up Sunday. But yeah, the word was they looked pretty bad across the board, including Trevor. Good news out of camp, though, I think. The Jaguars sent a release out this morning. Mason Smith has been activated. He's the lineman that he really never lived up to his 5-star recruiting, history at LSU. Word was that he was just out of shape, but the Jaguars activated Mason Smith. I don't know where he's at in shape right now, but at least he's activated now. Oh, did we lose that? I'm going to see if you had a comment on that. But yeah, that's some of the big news from Jaguar camp. Mason Smith activated. Another big body, but boy,
you got me, Terry?
Yeah, you sound good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I just was looking some stuff up, looking at some of the Jaguar websites, and first off, he's a big old boy.
He is a big dude.
94 is a big, but if you are Liam Cohen and he didn't draft Smith,
no,
but this guy obviously from LSU. So if you go to LSU, you're a top college player or a top high school player to come in for sure. And you come in out of shape, coming into this camp, understanding that this is a whole new regime. If I'm Liam Cohen, like if you're Liam Cohen, what kind of message do you think you send to Mason Smith?
I know that's the first thing I'm
I almost thought not to embarrass the guy, but like maybe you have him doing conditioning while training camp is going on for people to see.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, we're holding the guy out. He's not in shape. You guys can see that he's getting in shape now, and he's sending a message for himself and for his teammates. Of all the things that you show up at training camp maybe not having yet, conditioning is not one that
and you and I think a lot alike on a lot of stuff, and this is one of those. Here's Mason Smith. I remember him 5-6 years ago. I remember that name, and this guy, Patrick, he was a highly recruited big old defensive lineman. 5-star, name his school, big, highly. He gets to LSU, and he really has done nothing. He did nothing at LSU, but his potential entices people so much. Hell, he got drafted, in the second round, for God's sake.
That almost makes me think of, and it's a little bit different because Kwame Brown in basketball, he was drafted number 1.
Yeah, I remember him well.
So the expectation's a little bit less, but Kwame Brown, and I remember this is actually a really good story. When he was getting recruited and coming out of high school and trying to decide the NBA or college, and this is the story from Billy Donovan's mouth. He remembers sitting down with Kwame Brown, and Kwame said, "Hey, coach, how long do I need to do this till I can just stop and go and do whatever else is next or whatever?" Pretty much. That's the realization. He really didn't love basketball that much that he saw it as I can be one of the greatest of all time with his body. And, Mason Smith, who's to say coming out of LSU or high school that you can't say the kid didn't have a chance. But if it really is, as you're saying, that he kind of was okay at LSU, wasn't great.
Yeah.
It's been just okay for the Jags. How much does he really love football?
Yeah, I'm glad you went there because, you sit there and this guy, high school to college, was a superstar. And I think, obviously, he was good in high school because he got on everybody's map. But he was probably 6'5", 285 pounds, and dominated at the high school level. Gets to LSU, just never really, I don't know if it was an in-shape issue. He never did anything. So you would think if this guy has been thrown another lifeline, that the last thing would be not being in shape. And I don't know for a fact it's not being in shape, but a lot of things point to it wasn't an injury as much as This guy came in sloppy, out of shape. How would he not, this offseason, with a new coaching staff, how would he not have turned himself into a Greek Adonis?
Man, does he love football? Because what makes me think about at LSU, that was probably the first time he realized my talent, my natural just being this size wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And I bet you he had teammates that weren't as big and talented.
Yeah.
That pushed him and worked his butt every day.
Yeah.
I bet even the offensive linemen were talking trash in his ear.
Probably.
And that's I mean, it's a good thing, but he sometimes, depending on your temperament, when you get challenged like that, you either become the rabid dog that wants to prove everybody wrong, or you start believing, man, maybe I'm just not that good, and I guess I can get by at
Don't
my
you remember,
size. I
Pat,
can get by.
You remember players. You remember players like I'm going to describe, and I do as well on different teams. Maybe a park team, a junior high team, high school team in our college, maybe your pro teams. I remember many a time there would be a player, a teammate, and the teammate would be weak. And I don't mean in the gym weight room weak. They would just be weak. You know what I mean? And some of the other teammates would get on that teammate, and they would all but cry. You know, and you can't cry. You can't be right.
Yeah, that's what happens to little kids, man.
Yeah. That was some tough stuff. Pat, I got a list here. I want to transition, and this is not a big deal. You and I have talked about this before. I still don't understand why it happens in college football 1,000 times more than the NFL. I'm gonna go through a long list here.
All right.
And Patrick, I want you to listen. Casey, you may be able to get glean a theme here. All right, here we go. And these are NFL stadiums, okay? Baltimore, Buffalo, Carolina, the Bears, the Bengals, the Browns. The Broncos, Green Bay, Jacksonville, Kansas City, Miami, New England, New York, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, San Francisco, Seattle, Tampa, Tennessee, and Washington. I don't know if this is a complete list, but that's a pretty long list. That's 20-something franchise stadiums, okay?
Yep.
Any idea what they might have in common?
No.
The commonality is that many, and that was right at 20. Those are open-air, outdoor NFL stadiums. Okay? They are not domes. They are the players, the team, the fans. You are open air in a stadium that's open. You with me?
Okay. Yep.
So that is about 3/4 of the league does not play in a closed, safe dome.
Yep.
With that said, we are about a month away, and I hate when it happens because it infringes on me, and I'm selfish. I understand safety to a degree, but why is it that a month from now, particularly in the first half of the month of September, when college football starts, we will have multiple, if we go by the last several years, we will have multiple college football games that are delayed because of weather, that are delayed because of lightning. They may be delayed an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. It's going to happen. I hate it. Everybody hates it. We understand it to a degree. Now, my question, and we've talked this through, the NFL, now that's college football. You're going to have a bunch of weather delays.
Yep.
The NFL, and I just rattled off 20-some-odd outdoor stadiums, so it's not like the NFL plays indoors every game.
No.
And they're protected by a roof.
Yep.
Why is it that the NFL rarely has a weather delay? Do they not care about their fans? Do they say to hell with the fans? To hell with the play? Why is that? I don't know why. Why is that? The NFL barely ever pulls their team off and says, we're going to kick off in 30 minutes from the last lightning strike within 10 miles. What? Do they just not care enough?
Yeah, that's true. Even MLB baseball, like they don't weather delay as much as college baseball.
Yes.
Shoot. Part of it could be, hear me out, brainwashing.
Okay.
In terms of fandom has gotten so instilled in the blood of people
Okay.
that they really kind of have attached all things that come to being a fan as part of the experience.
Okay.
Like they believe, who cares that it's -5 degrees and it's snowing? I'm a real fan.
Yeah.
This is what my grandfather did.
Yeah.
And yeah, brainwash. Because Sarah, you remember the story? Was this last 2 years ago of the three or the four Bills fans? One guy survived, and three of them stayed out in the backyard and froze to death.
Yes.
Those guys were so brainwashed that they thought weather wouldn't. And I hate to make a joke on these guys that passed.
I get you.
But maybe part of them thought they're tougher than the weather, which none of us are tougher than the weather.
It just blows my mind that on a Saturday, early September, when we're still in storm season, there have been a lot of games in Gainesville and Tallahassee that were delayed and pushed back and stopped in the middle of the first quarter, and everybody sits around for 2 hours and all. There haven't been many games in Jacksonville. You can't tell me there's not a nasty storm on Sunday like there is on Saturday.
Right, exactly.
Casey, I don't know if you have your ears on back in the world headquarters. Any theory on that? I've always wondered. The NFL, they rarely stop a game. Do they not care about their fans enough? I mean, what's the explanation? Is there an explanation?
They ain't worried about it.
They don't care?
Brainwash, bro.
They'll survive.
What is rain?
Yes.
We got football going on. What is rain?
Oh. And then, Patrick, you make the point. Generally, we around here, we're watching the damn College World Series because Florida State's deep in the damn thing.
But Terry, even to this though, Terry, and sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
We know, everyone knows that it is brutal in Florida in August, September still. Jaguars have 1:00 games. We have evidence of people passing out at games. And do you think that deters people of going? It deters me because I'm like, I'm not going to go out there and spend $18 for a beer, but that's another reason.
I'm with you.
But people still are going out there at our 1:00 games, understanding that even the sun will cause a lot of issues to you just being out there watching the game. So brainwashed.
It just gets me every year. I'm like, are you telling me the SEC, they value the health of their fan more than the NFC? I mean, it's like it is rare that an NFL game gets delayed because of weather, lightning strikes, and we're really talking about lightning strikes is what we're really, really talking about. But you can't tell me those 20 stadiums that just rattled off. And by the way, I think the college parameter. If there's lightning within 6 miles, they have to pull them off for 30 minutes. I don't know if the NFL has a parameter like that, but it would seem like their parameter is unless it snaps.
It should be universal, shouldn't it?
What's that?
I said it should be universal. Everyone should have the same rule.
Yes, you would think. I think the NFL's their parameter is unless the lightning snaps and hits the midfield logo, they're playing, man.
Yeah, right.
They're playing. Hey, I wanted to get to this. We're going to keep it here for a while. I wanted to get to this. The Athletic had a pretty neat ranking of quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks in the league, and they ranked them according to tiers. Obviously, tier 1 is hell, I'll read it here.
Oh, yeah.
A tier 1 quarterback can carry his team each week. The team wins because of him. It goes on to say, and let me back up here. It goes on to describe he expertly handles pure passing situations, has no holes in his game. Here's who the Athletic ranks as that type of quarterback in the NFL. Tier 1, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Matthew Stafford. Tier 2. Here's their description of Tier 2. A Tier 2 quarterback can carry his team sometimes, but not consistently. He can handle pure passing situations in doses and or possessions or possesses other dimensions that are special enough to elevate him above Tier 3, which we'll get to. He has a hole or two in his game. These are who the Athletic calls NFL Tier 2 quarterbacks. Jaden Daniels, Justin Herbert, Jared Goff, C.J. Stroud, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, Dak Prescott, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy. Now we get to Tier 3, Patrick. Here's what the article in the Athletic with NFL writers and contributors that have all put their thoughts into this. They call an NFL Tier 3 quarterback a legitimate starter, but needs a heavier running game and or defensive component to win. A low volume drop back passing offense suits him best. Here's who they call Tier 3 in what I just read. Kyler Murray, Aaron Rodgers, Tua, Trevor Lawrence, Geno Smith, Bo Nix, Sam Darnold, Drake May, Caleb Williams, Bryce Young, Kirk Cousins. That gets us to Tier 4, and we'll go a little bit later if we can. That's interesting. They rank, this article, Patrick, ranks Trevor Lawrence about where I would rank him. I think a lot of people like to bang on Trevor Lawrence and this franchise. Do you agree? I think Trevor Lawrence is one of the 2 or 3 best players on this roster at their position. If we rank best players at each position, who are the best players on the Jaguars? Is it Trevor Lawrence,
Certainly.
one of the better players at his position compared to the rest of the league?
Yeah,
Than anybody else on the roster?
He just hasn't won enough to be a Tier 2 guy. Like, yeah, I mean Trevor is. I think that's the right spot, and you could argue it could be a little generous in terms of, again, not a lot of in four seasons, no one playoff win.
Yeah.
A losing record, very, you put an asterisk by year 1. And then shoot, I mean, the Jaguars have never in the entirety of its organization had a Tier 1 quarterback in terms of the way that they're describing it.
Yeah, I would agree. Right. The way we just went through 1, 2, and 3, I would agree, and I want you to jump back in. The best quarterback in the history of the Jaguars over a couple of seasons, Mark Brunell.
Sure.
Is it right?
Best
quarterback. He certainly wasn't a Tier 1 according to that list.
Well, the game was different. Different. But still, if he didn't have Fred, he's, you don't say, oh, this game is up to Mark Brunell only to win the game.
See, I think Trevor gets a little bit of negative connotations from some of the fans. I'm telling you, I could stop 50 fans near here at Sliders, and a bunch of them would say, well, Trevor Lawrence isn't very good at his position. He's one of the main reasons of Jack. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is anywhere near the top of the reasons why the Jaguars aren't good. I don't. Now, what I was going to say was, I think what hurts him is a year and a half ago when they signed him to that mega contract, maybe a little early. I think fans are pissed off about that contract and think that they gave it to him a year early. Does that make any sense? I think they're mad.
It makes sense to me. I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
I never thought, the Jaguars would go in this position where, the best like Jaden Daniels, CJ Stroud, those guys are in, and Bo Nix as well. You put him in that category. This is probably more rookie contracts. Winning have proven that they can make the playoffs consistently. And because they're on their rookie contracts, their franchise has been able to put great pieces around them.
Well said.
Right?
Well said.
Defensively, even bringing in some veterans that like they're probably out of their prime, but those guys are when they're they only come to that spot, to that team as a free agent veteran because they want to win, and they see like, oh shoot, Jaden Daniels, or who just got reunited, who just Keenan Allen just went to back to LA as an 10-year vet, and he's like, oh snap, I see Justin Herbert, he's got a chance. I got a chance to win here. And you hate to say it, but how many desirable free agents have, even with Trevor being on that contract at first, his rookie contract, how many really, well, Christian Kirk, he'd be a good one. Evan Ingram, but he was kind of are we sure? Because he kind of fizzled out in New York. But when it comes to veteran guys that come that can be a part of winning right now, I think the Jaguars really hurt themselves in the free agent part by signing Trevor 1 year too soon.
Well, let me get to the here are the tier 4 as this article ranks. Tier 4. Obviously, they've got Lawrence tier 3. So theoretically, he's above these quarterbacks. I'm going to rattle off.
Give me the description.
And I will, and I want people to think. Even guys that haven't played much that are in this tier, I want you to think about, well, a brand new quarterback that hasn't played much, I haven't seen him throw for 390 yards. I've seen Trevor do that in the NFL. Okay, so just keep that. Here's a tier 4 quarterback, and tell me if any of these guys you think plays better than Trevor Lawrence. And they're not supposed to, I guess, because they're tier 4, but here's tier 4. A tier 4 quarterback could be an unproven player, parentheses, not enough information for voters to classify, or a veteran who ideally would not start all 17 games. All right, and let me give you the tier 4 according to the Athletic article. They call, and I don't think any of these guys I would right now take ahead of Trevor Lawrence. Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, Michael Penix Jr., not enough history. J.J. McCarthy, not right now, if you ask me, not enough history data. Daniel Jones, Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco.
Why has Daniel Jones made the list?
At
all.
Joe Flacco, 100 years old. Anthony Richardson, I certainly wouldn't take him. Spencer Rattler, I don't even think it's close.
No.
Trevor Lawrence to any of those guys.
The only guy that you might have some faith in, maybe, Russell Wilson, maybe.
It's Russell.
But he's still, I love that he still shows some spurts of his greatness. Some of those, they call them moon balls, when he just launches them up there and with great precision. But it just seems like he's lost his consistency. And him going to the Giants is, gosh, they're going to be awful. They're going to be so bad.
They really are. And tier 5.
Poor Malik Neighbors. Poor kid.
Got nothing around him.
He's gonna be. He. If he was at a different situation, and not even winning team, but an average team. I mean, he'd be putting up Pro Bowl numbers. Right away.
Here's the tier 5, and this is the end of it. And this is the last. And it's funny here because there's only one tier 5 quarterback that this list includes. A tier 5 quarterback is best suited as a backup. Tier 5, one guy, Kenny Pickett.
Oh man!
but you also
that's the worst by himself.
Look at these names though, and go back to one of my every once a week I harp on this. How can the NFL think about expanding until they figure out how to get better quarterback play? I mean, can you imagine? You are one of 4 European franchises. You're excited. You've got an NFL franchise. You got your own league, maybe. How bad would it be week after week to go watch Kenny Pickett or Spencer Rattler or Anthony Richardson or Joe Flacco or Daniel Jones? How bad would it be to go watch those guys?
Right.
Oh,
I know, man. God. And to your point, like, would Kenny Pickett get fans and seats in
No.
France? In France?
No.
Or Mexico or Canada?
He may run them out of the stadium.
No.
You know, he may run them out of the stadium.
Yeah.
For God's sakes. All right, Pat, let's take a break here. We'll wrap it up hour number one. Speaking of tiers, The Athletic also had a pretty neat, what I thought, a tier grading of college football coaches. I want to go over that. It's pretty interesting, and we'll take a look at some of our local guys that we follow, Florida State, Georgia, Miami, and then just overall, pretty neat article from The Athletic. We'll get into that as we start to wrap up hour one, head to hour number two. It's a beautiful, beautiful Thursday edition of the Young and Norvelle Show coming to you from the patio at Sliders Oyster Bar.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University. Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School. Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Will Olive, Mandarin High School. Go Stangs.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oak Leaf High School. Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002. Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Shacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School. Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
The rhythm of my heart is beating like a drum, with We Are Martyr rolling off our tongues. Never will we roam, for we know our place is out. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing.
Hey, here we go. Good shot of outside Doak Campbell Stadium as they are ready to show that bad boy off in a couple of Saturdays. Florida State will host Alabama, and quite a few $1 million worth of renovations have happened inside. Pat, have you seen some of that? I've seen a little bit of it.
No,
Looks like
I
they
haven't.
did kind of one side and kind of put some looks like they put some what do you call it, suite level boxes and things.
Nice.
Not way up high, kind of, it almost looks like that on, I guess it's the Florida State sideline, like 20 rows up, they put some boxes like behind, and then the stadium goes up higher, and then the existing boxes and press box and all. But yeah, look pretty good. Look pretty good for Florida State. They're going to unveil it with Alabama rolling in. I'm not so sure I love that concept, right?
Right.
Alabama rolls in, but we will see. Patrick Young's here, Terry Norvelle here, kicking off hour number 2. Pat, got this, staying with this tier system. The Athletic has done a great job the last couple of weeks. They've done a lot of ranking, and they get their guys at right college football or right NFL. We went over quarterback play a moment ago, different tiers according to the Athletic. They also have active college coaches, and here they go. Here we go, Pat, and I want your thoughts. Anything that may jump out, good, bad, indifferent. I've got some. Feel free, Casey, as well. Tier 1, and it's interesting right out of the gate. They have two coaches, active coaches in college football that they put in Tier 1, and they subtitle it multiple-time champions. Now, let me qualify this. As I'm reading here, actively there are 3 active coaches in college football that have won Division I national title. They only have 2 Tier 1 coaches, Kirby Smart and Dabo Swinney. And I don't want to put you on the spot because it's hard to remember, even though it's a year ago.
Ryan Day is not
Ryan
in that
Day.
list.
Ryan Day, good call. Good pull, Patrick. Ryan Day is not one of the 2 Tier 1 coaches.
Wow.
So they go down now to college football Tier 2, and they call that established winners. And they go on to say Ryan Day was the toughest coach to place on this Tier 2 list. He just won a national championship at Ohio State, but here's what they say. That is expected in Columbus. His 2 most recent predecessors also won titles. I don't know if I love that, Patrick. They're grading him off some other guys, but the criticism, according to the Athletic, of Day starts with his 4 consecutive losses to Michigan. So they don't like that. They don't like that at all, and that kind of intimates that they kind of stole one last year a little bit. You lose your last game to your arch rival, but you won a title. Now, Florida did that with FSU one year.
Yeah.
But how about that? Ryan Day, I'm not so sure I wouldn't have put him after that title into Tier 1. Would you? I think I would.
I would have.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say last year's Michigan team wasn't very good.
I agree.
But I don't know. Like, you lost to a Michigan team the year before that wins the national championship.
Yeah.
You know, and I can't remember what those 2 previous games were, but Jim Harbaugh, like, he figured some things out. Like, I wonder, would Jim Harbaugh be a Tier 1? Because how many times did he lose to Ohio State before he won?
He never could beat him.
If they would have him as a Tier 2, then I could say, if he was active in college football.
If he was still active.
Then I'd say, okay.
That is a good analogy, though, because he never could beat Ohio State until the very end, right? Never could beat.
Doggone Paul Feinbaum. He makes me angry for other people sometimes. Because, like, how he just would rip Harbaugh, rip Kiffin, and these guys have gone on to have really good careers.
Right.
I mean, I guess I do love seeing when people like that have to eat their own words.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let me go over the Tier 2. I gave you Tier 1 according to the Athletic. They've got 2 guys, Dabo Swinney and Kirby Smart. Their list of Tier 2, and they call these guys established winners. And there's 1 or 2 that immediately I go, I don't know. And I'm going straight down. Kurt Cignetti, Indiana. Ryan Day, Ohio State. Kalen DeBoer, James Franklin, Marcus Freeman, Brian Kelly, Dan Lanning, Lance Leipold, Lincoln Riley, Steve Sarkisian, and Kyle Whittingham at Utah. The first guy I would greatly question and say, man,
Cignetti.
It's Cignetti. Absolutely. I mean,
has he
was
done
that
it for
just
long enough to be that a tier 2 guy yet? He's not. No.
I agree with you, man. He'd be the first guy I would go, man, was that just a one-off? You know, Kirk Cignetti, tier 2 established winners. That got me too.
I don't see him on the same. Lincoln Riley, that's got me scratching my head a little bit too. Just to be on the same. To be on this, he's not the same as Ryan Day. Like,
good point.
If Ryan Day is going to be our top guy, but I guess they put it in an order of like your tier 2, but this is the top tier 2 guy, and these guys don't make it. You said some name I didn't even recognize.
Lance Leopold.
Yeah. How'd you know?
He's a guy. He's supposedly a really good football guy. He started his career as a head coach about 7 or 8 years ago. He was at the University of Buffalo when they were the worst Division I program ever in the history of football, and he won games there. He won. Wow. He won 4 or 5. So then he goes to Kansas, and he's done real nice things. So obviously he's been at 2 just desolate football powers. I mean, it's hard to win there, and he's done well. He is thought of well. I'm with you, though. Does Lincoln Riley still rank tier 2 consideration?
What is he? You want to look at the holistic approach part of their teams.
Yeah.
And he's had some great quarterbacks. He had 3 Heisman winning.
Yeah.
Was it 3 Heisman? Baker. Yeah, 3 Heisman contention quarterbacks. Baker, Jalen, and Kyler Murray. Did Jalen win the Heisman?
No, I think didn't Caleb Williams win one under him?
There you go. Four NFL quarterbacks, 3 that have won Heismans, and no national championships, no national championship appearances. Their defense on all his teams have been awful. I mean, he's an offense first guy, and that's just not enough for me to really even believe that he is capable of winning a national championship. I don't think the guy can't. He'll be a really good coach probably to play for. But don't expect to have any hardware.
Well, he's got Lincoln Riley's got another year or 2 to win something big, or I think the bloom is really off that.
Did you see him taking the job at Kentucky if that opens up?
I don't know. What a knockback. USC to Kentucky, for God's sakes. All right, let's move on, Pat. Let's get to the next tier, because we're getting somewhere here. Tier 3. And this is described as high-level consistency, okay? And there are a lot of guys here, but let me go over who they think the Athletic thinks are tier 3 coaches that win at high-level consistency. Brett Bielema, Jeff Brom, Troy Calhoun at Air Force, Matt Campbell, Iowa State, Jamie Chadwell, Mario Cristobal. They've got him as a tier 3, wins consistently. Some other, and I'll just pick out some names. Kurt Ferentz, the dean of coaches. They've got him as a 3. Luke Fickell at Wisconsin. Hugh Freeze, tier 3, high-level consistency. Mike Gundy, been at Oklahoma State forever.
Forever.
Dan Mullen, new coach, pops up as a tier 3 at UNLV. Mike Norvelle, tier 3.
Your cousin.
Yeah, exactly. Rich Rodriguez. Mark Stoops, who's been doing it at Kentucky for a long time. It looks like he's on the downside. So those are tier 3. Now, let me throw this out. You've heard the name Mike Norvelle, and we've gone through 3 tiers. I don't know if we've heard the name Billy Napier.
No.
Billy Napier, tier 4, is described as rising stars and steady hands. Okay? Rising star, steady hand. Shane Beamer, I'm just going to pick out some here and there. Kenny Dillingham led Arizona State to the playoff.
Okay, yeah.
Mike Elko at Texas A&M. He's got to prove it a little bit.
Yeah.
Some different names. They've got Bill O'Brien from his NFL days. Deion Sanders in that list.
Okay.
And unless I'm missing something, This is a list of about 20 Tier 4 rising stars and steady hand. Guess who we still haven't seen in a list? A guy named Napier in game.
Has he? I don't think he's been a rising. You probably could say that when he was leaving Louisiana Tech.
Yeah.
Or the category of unproven, not enough data yet at a higher level.
Yeah, sure.
But now you have enough data at.
So how about this?
We get school and
down.
If it wasn't for that late surge, starting with that LSU win,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure we all think Napier wouldn't be here.
I agree. Totally agree. So that gets us down to Tier 5, for God's sakes. And this is qualified by the description up and down. Dave Aranda, I'll just hit some highlights. Dave Aranda at Baylor, up and down. Big game to open up the season. Manny Diaz over at Duke. Scott Frost back to UCF. Up and
Napier's
down.
Got to be enlisted.
How about this? Let me see if there's other ones I want to mention real quick before. But yeah, I'll give you way down, 3 from the bottom. A guy named Billy Napier.
Wow.
Tier 5, according to the Athletics tier ranking of college football coaches. Your boy's got to win. Your boy's got to win this year. Your boy has got to win this year, Patrick.
Oh, yeah. Gosh, that's rough.
He's got to win. I
was not even a steady hand. Rising star.
How about that? Yeah. How about the descriptions? He is just, and frankly, he's been up and down, hasn't he?
Does it have a description after each coach?
No, just kind of listing them. And it does have 2024 last year. Napier, by the way, was a Tier 5 last year. So he's kind of spun. He had 2 nice wins. Keep in mind, he also had, and I know it was first of the year versus end of the year, Napier also had 2 games where his team was woefully unprepared. Miami and Texas A&M, those were ass whipping. They were never in the game. I was at both games. They were never in the game last year.
Oh, wow.
Wow. I was on yesterday. My buddy Bill Shanks does Central Georgia. He's all over Macon and that area in the middle of Georgia. And he had me on to talk Gator football. And he's, Terry, what's your Gator football thoughts and projections and things? And I gave him the broken record that I've said. I said, well, if I knew that in his mind, Billy Napier finally admitted that he needs help running a game, if I knew he thought like that, I might be a little more optimistic, but I don't know. Patrick, you've seen Billy Napier. You've seen some of his wild calls, some of his lack of feel for the game. Do you think he's the kind of guy that in the offseason went back and looked at his game tape, which coaches do? They look at game. Do you think he admitted to himself, you know what? It's not a crime to admit I might need some help. I don't think
it's not a crime.
I need to know that he's done that, or I'm still going to be pessimistic because I've watched him. I've watched him coach 3 years at Florida where he's basically led to 2 losses just by himself. And
I know, right?
I don't know.
I mean, that trick play they tried to call against Georgia, I still can't. I can't get over that one.
Oh, bootleg back to the line of scrimmage with Adrian Warner, for God's sakes, a 9th string quarterback that Georgia's got first-round picks breathing down his neck, and they say, hey, let's take him and turn him around so he fake bootlegs and he doesn't look at the line of scrimmage. What was that? And they were running the ball well against Georgia. I don't know.
If you, I don't care. I'll take slow, not flashy, but it keeps possession and it wins games over flashy, big splash plays. If you don't have the ability to make if you don't have the ability to be consistent in the throwing, play calling aspect, keep running the ball.
Yeah, I'm with you, Pat. We're going to get to our next segment. I'm going to call this guy the smartest athlete in the world ever. You're going to love this story. But before we get to that, did you see where the Celtics sold for like $6.1 billion?
Isn't that nice?
You think that's nice? God almighty.
That's cool.
$6.1 billion. I'll tell you what, let's keep it here, Pat. I want to get to this story real quick.
I want to get. Do we have Brent Beard today? I'd love to hear his thoughts on the these tiers.
Yeah, I don't think he's checking in today. We'll try and remember to carry it tomorrow. All right, Pat. Tell me if this guy, his name is Armand Duplantis. Armand Duplantis.
I like his name already.
It's a great name, and he's a great world champion pole vaulter, Olympian. Still at the top of his game. You got to tell me this guy's got to be the smartest guy in the world, maybe not just athlete. Okay, he is a 25-year-old double Olympic and world champion. Armand Duplantis broke the men's pole vault record. Get this, and this plays into the story. He just recently broke basically his own pole vault record for the 13th time and third time this year. Okay,
wow.
So stay with me. That's impressive. Okay. But Duplantis, and Casey, you can jump in on this as well. You got to love this guy. He basically has broken his own pole vault. He's the best pole vaulter in the world, okay? He's basically broken his own pole vault record by like 1 centimeter. And keep in mind, you set the bar where you want it, right? The pole vault bar, right? It doesn't matter how high you go. It matters how high the bar is, and do you knock the bar off or not, right? Doesn't matter how you. So this guy, the best in the world, it appears in his sport, there's a company that has put a bonus of $100,000 for each athlete in that pole vault that breaks the world record.
Okay.
So he's the best at the pole vault. He owns the world records. If he's the best, he probably knows he can go higher than anybody. Patrick, he's broken it 13 times by basically 1 centimeter each time, because 1 more centimeter gets him $100,000. Okay, next, raise it up 1 more centimeter, $100,000, $100,000, $100,000.
Are you saying he's been getting? He has been getting paid like that through each centimeter?
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yes, there's a situation. I guess he's in the professional European. Somebody, some entity puts up, you get $100,000 every time you break the world record in the pole vault. Well, he's the best pole vaulter in the world, and he went, hey, wait a minute. Why don't I just set it 1 centimeter? He clears that.
Wow.
Next event, he goes, I'm going to go what, right? So he's been knocking down $100K per centimeter.
Wow.
Isn't that great, Patrick?
That's great. That's brilliant. What a smart guy.
Yeah, because, I mean, think about it. If he said, I don't know how long he's been doing this, 13 times he's busted it. If he said, okay, let's raise it 1 full foot, and he sets that, we may not be able to go any higher.
No, right.
So he'd be stuck. He's been going up by a centimeter and winning $100,000. Dude, that's great, isn't it?
What a genius. Man. Talk about just like an athlete that sees the opportunity and like fully takes advantage of it.
Oh, that's so good.
You have to be good enough to do it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like he's not cheating the system.
No.
Because like it's going higher. He is making it harder for himself technically every time still.
Just to try to make sure everybody understands what we're talking about. Let's say you're a weightlifter. And you're doing, I don't know, just say the bench press. We all know the bench press. Let's say that some entity, some weightlifting company, some barbell company, I don't know, puts out there, okay, anybody that breaks the world record of the bench press, most weight, we're giving $100,000. And let's say, Patrick Young, you have been the dominant bench press champion in the world for years. You're 25 and you've dominated that sport. So you hear about this and you go, and let's say the record, just for round numbers, the record's 400 pounds. Just bench press, right? That's the record. So you go, well, I want to win that $100,000. Let me put 410. No. Why put 410? Why not put 400 and 1/4 pounds?
They have half weights. And
so why would,
absolutely.
And then 2 months later at the next World Championship, you say, let me put 402 pounds on there.
Yep.
Right? Why go up 40 pounds? Why go up 40 pounds?
Why?
You know, just sit there and pop off 100,000, 100,000, 100.
Dang, man. I'm trying to think in my life, is there any way I can make something like that happen? And no, there's not.
Oh, that is great. Hey, we'll go to break here, Pat. Got a couple more things. I want to get some baseball. We didn't get to standings.
Oh yeah,
stats.
let's talk about that graphic I sent you yesterday.
Oh yeah. I want you to talk about that when we come back. As we go to break, I'm not going to the show tomorrow. I'm not real happy, and my daughter wants to go, and I failed her. But do you know the great comedian? He's probably the hottest comedian in the world right now, Nate Bargatze. He's in tomorrow.
Yeah, my mom's going.
Oh, is she going? Good for her. Good for her. He's funny, man. He's funny.
And he's clean.
And he's very clean. Yeah, very clean, situational comic, just life things, right? He talks about life things. Real funny guy. Who's your mom going with? Is your sister going?
Probably my sister. Yeah, more than likely.
I'm working it, but in the morning. I'm not working the actual event.
Is it at ViceStar?
He sold that bad boy out a long time ago. Long. All right, Pat, get your baseball graphic ready because I want us to talk about a little baseball and I want you to lead off and talk about what's on your mind. We missed that yesterday, I think. Patrick Young, Terry Norvelle, and you starting to slowly wrap up a busy, fun Thursday edition. They're all busy and they're all fun at the best seafood location in Neptune Beach, Sliders Oyster Bar.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dynamic Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jack's Beach.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.com. shop.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with That One Painter First Coast on your team.
When you think sports, you think Action Sports Jacks, the official station of the Jaguars, on location for every game. But the most experienced team in town doesn't stop there. From high school football to the big events in the area, Action Sports Jacks is always on. Now, we take that to a new level. Action Sports Jacks 24/7 is around-the-clock coverage of the teams you love and the moments you can't miss. The best local sports in Jacksonville on Action Sports Jacks 24/7.
All right, back we are. That place will be stirring right outside of Florida Field, the Swamp, in a few weeks as college football is right around the corner, NFL as well. Jaguars this Sunday at 1 at New Orleans. Then they will go, the Jaguars will have a joint practice with the Dolphins, probably the most important thing left, probably. I don't think a bunch of starters will play deep into this game on Sunday at New Orleans. That joint practice, probably you'll get we probably won't get a lot of information from that joint practice, but the joint practice with the Dolphins ahead of their Saturday game, which will be the final preseason game. Pat, that Saturday game in Miami, that'll be one if you want to go ahead and mow the yard. There won't be a lot going on. There'll be a lot of guys that have basically been cut, but they'll be playing, and they'll be recording tape to show their grandkids in about 30 years. Patrick Young's here, Terry Norvelle, Casey Kurtz producing Thursday edition at Sliders Oyster Bar. Pat, boy, Major League Baseball. Casey and I have been talking a lot about this, and I know you've been chiming in as well. My goodness, the last 2 to 3 weeks, as we're at the end of the dog days of summer, it's just such a long season. Pat, the last 2 or 3 weeks, Major League Baseball's been turned on its ear, man. Teams that got off to great starts the first 60 games or so, they're upside down. Teams have charged. What do you have that graphic? I'm looking at it right now. Yep. Some of the teams that dominated in the first half. Do you have that graphic still? I've got it right here. Yeah, Pat. Yankees, first half of the season, they had a 7-game lead. They're way upside down right now. Tigers at one point. Now, they're still okay. I think the Tigers are up by about 5 or 6. They were up 14, 15 games for the longest time. Astros. The Astros had a 7-game lead. They're fighting for their lives. How about the Mets, Patrick? They were up on the Phillies in the first half at 1.5 games. They're fighting for their lives. The Cubs, same way with Milwaukee. And, Patrick, look at the Dodgers, the graphic you sent. Comment about in the first half, they ran away at times. They were up 9 games, their biggest lead. The Dodgers are in second place right now, Patrick.
Yeah, I don't and they were in such a great position with the depth and Shohei coming back, and Mookie just hit a terrible slump.
He has, man.
Which is how do you even explain slump from guys that have been some of the best in these last few years? But they're definitely scratching their heads. I think if I had a bold prediction, I think you're going to see I think the Phillies make it to the World Series this year.
Yeah,
I think this is finally their year.
We talk about them, man. They're good. They're veteran. They're mature.
They can hit.
They can hit. Those are grown ass men, right? You know what I mean? They've been around, man. There's the Phillies. They're running guys in their late 30s, late 20s, 30s that have been through it. The Schwarbers and the Harpers and Turner. These guys, they'll just as soon punch you in the mouth if they have to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're tough. They're good and they're tough. The Dodgers, though. Let's go back to the Dodgers. They were obviously the defending World Series champions. They go out and make more moves in the offseason. Yep. I mean, they make big moves in the offseason. And if you told me the Dodgers would, and I think we could call it, they've tanked it at some point. They've had bad runs. They're in second place right now. Pat, if you told me 3-4 months ago the Dodgers were going to be really ice skating toward the end of the year, trying to hold on, I would think to myself, okay, well, Ohtani must have really struggled all year. How about the Dodgers are scuffling, and Ohtani still may win this. He may win the NL MVP. It's not like he didn't show up. He's had
No,
a
he's what,
crazy
at
good
45, 46 home runs right now?
Yes. Man, and you mentioned it though, Mookie Betts. Nobody saw him having the off season that he's had, the injuries. But wouldn't you think if I told you the Dodgers are going to blow a 9-game lead, wouldn't you say, well, man, that must mean Ohtani had one of those. He's only hit 245. He's got about 24 home runs. No, Ohtani is going to be the NL MVP probably.
Yeah,
but they're still scuffling.
He hasn't pitched a full game quite yet, right?
Not yet. He stretched it pretty good though. He's
Isn't it about time?
Well, a full game or 5 or 6, because nowadays nobody pitches a full game.
Yeah, nobody does full games
Just
anymore.
Stretch him out to 6.
Yeah.
I'd stretch him out to 6.
Interesting one here, just to show how awesome the Brewers have been this year. They lit up Paul Skeens. They lit him up.
How about
Absolutely. He had to get pulled early, 2 home runs. I mean, I think it was a 14-0 game.
They beat them bad. You don't see that very often. But let's take a look at the up-to-the-minute stats here. Major League Baseball. Toronto, man, they're 71 and 50. They're 20 games over 500. They've chased the Yankees down. They've fought off the Red Sox. The Blue Jays are up 5 games on the Red Sox, 6.5 on the Yankees. Detroit scuffled a little bit. They do have 70 wins right now. Detroit 6.5 up on Cleveland. They're going to go ahead and close that division out in another 4 weeks or what have you. The fun race, or one of the fun races, the NL West, Houston. Slow start to the year. They righted the ship. They've pretty much been ahead of the Mariners. The Mariners have closed it, though. The Mariners are 1 game behind right now, division. But the Mariners are fine, Patrick, in the wild card. So they're going to make the wild card. The NL East has been a lot of fun, even though the Braves decided not to show up this year. The NL East, how about the Phillies, Patrick, the team you talk, the Phillies and the Mets were throwing haymakers all year. Don't look now. The Phillies have a 5-game lead on the Mets. The Mets going the wrong way. They're 2 and 8 in their last 10. Phillies are
2 and 8. So they lost last night to Atlanta.
Yeah,
they must have.
They did. Yeah, wow. They had and wasn't that, I think, in case you can jump on it, I think that was one of those crazy losses too. The Mets were up like 9-0 or something. We'll dig that up. It was wild. The story of baseball right now is the Milwaukee Brewers in the National League Central. The Cubs dominated that division the entire first half. Pat, it's hard to believe. I'm looking at the standings right now. Not only has Milwaukee chased the Cubs down, Milwaukee has an 8-game lead on the Cubs.
8-game lead? Holy moly.
And the Cubs were dominating the first half. Milwaukee, 12-game winning streak. They've won their last 10, obviously. They've got a 12-game winning streak. The same time, the Cubs went 4-6 in their last 10. Wow. Milwaukee, 76 and 44. One of the great stories in baseball. And, Patrick, don't look now. The National League West, the Dodgers, much like the Cubs, the Dodgers, even though they hit a couple of dry patches, they dominated the NL West the first half. Just dominated.
Yep.
If you look at the standings right now, it's scratch your eyes. San Diego, the Padres lead the Dodgers by 1 game. The Dodgers are in second. The Dodgers are in second place right now by a game, and they're going to make. They'll make the wild card. But I mean, who would ever think or have thought that the Dodgers might have to fight for a wild card playoff berth? Crazy, absolute crazy season. Been fun. Been a lot of fun. It always is, boy. And Pat, you can't fake it in baseball. You can't fake. You play 162 games, dude.
Right? Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
I mean, it is hard.
You might get lucky here and there, and something.
Yeah. You cannot fake it. Take another interesting situation, and I feel for Aaron Judge because this is injury induced, but it looks like unless Judge gets crazy hot and unless Cal Raleigh gets crazy cold, it looks like Cal Raleigh's going to steal that. Not steal, but he's going to win the MVP in the American League. Judge leads the league in batting average. He's got a high batting average, but he missed a bunch of games. So Cal Raleigh is sitting there, 45 home runs. Judge hadn't played for a while. Judge is at 38. I think damn Cal Raleigh's going to win the MVP. And it looked like Judge had that thing wrapped up half the season, Pat. It looked like he had it wrapped up. Ohtani.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I always just think of the Yankees as the team, like they want to be the team that set the standard and have the best players. I think, with Giancarlo Stanton, as great and as big a fan as I am of his, he's missed almost 50% of games that he played there. And they can't even, consider putting him out on the field because of injuries and whatnot. Like he's a liability.
He's a liability.
I think it's a hangover of the implosion I think they had last year in the championship series. I think so. There's carryover.
It's tough with him. It's tough. It puts, Aaron Boone's got a tough situation with his lineup. Obviously, Giancarlo Stanton is a big, strong home run hitter. He hasn't played a lot, but he's got 10 home runs or something. But you can't put him in the field. How do you get his bat? What do you DH him? Well, what if you DH him and you're in this period where Judge is not playing in the field for a while because of an injury? Do you sit Judge? No. They're in a tough spot, man. They're in a tough spot, and you wonder. In case you could jump in here. How much longer, if you're the Yankees, do you carry Stanton on your active roster?
Right.
I mean, he causes 2 problems every time he's in the lineup, doesn't he? I don't know.
I mean, they're not cutting him.
Yeah, but what do you just keep him and not play him? What do you do with this guy? It's hard. It's hard, isn't it? I mean, what do you do with him if you put him in the lineup? He's got to be in your DH, right? He can't play anywhere else. He can't run.
Correct.
He can't move. So, man, I don't know. I guess that's why Aaron Boone gets paid a lot of money. That's why he gets paid a lot of money.
He's struggling right now trying to figure it out. So it's not like he's in the position that he's not thriving as a manager.
Yeah, you mentioned Paul Skeens got roughed up by Milwaukee. Obviously, everybody's getting roughed up by Milwaukee right now. Even after that terrible outing Skeens had against Milwaukee 2 days ago, whenever it was, he leads baseball in ERA 2.13. Scooble's right behind him, 2.35. But, I mean, Skeens is sitting there at 2.13 after giving up a ton of runs. Did you see this pretty neat stat? And I wonder, I don't have the list of all-time Florida Gator baseball players in their career. Where does Pete Alonso just became the all-time New York Met franchise home run leader? He got like 200.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Sure did.
238. I mean, he passed a guy named Darryl Strawberry, and you think about all the Mets. Where does you got to make it? And I don't have the list. This is not fair for me to throw out, but Pete Alonso, and Casey, you may have a thought on this. Is Pete Alonso about as good of a former Gator that's come through career-wise? I mean, that's a hell of a career he's had. Lead the Mets in home runs as an organization. Trying to think of anybody else that has had I may be missing a Captain Obvious position player, but I can't think of him right now. I mean, there's been a lot of Gator position players in big league baseball over the years. A lot. There are a lot right now in Major League Baseball. But anybody? I mean, it's a New York Mets franchise. This isn't
right.
The Rays or whatever. Not to pick at the Rays, but that's a new franchise. It's a New York Mets, for God's sakes. Pete Alonso, and gosh, he's got postseason play. A lot of people point to postseason play as well when they're talking about best ever. But yeah, it looks like right now, I think Cal Raleigh would walk away with the AL MVP. I think Ohtani, mainly because, I mean, obviously his bat's incredible. Ohtani's second in big league baseball with 43 home runs, and his pitching, Patrick. You got it. I mean, this guy does it on two levels. two levels.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, that's the thing. It's almost unfair, right? You know, could you be an average pitcher and a great hitter? But Ohtani's good at both. So it's almost at a it's not a disadvantage. I mean, it's really hard to be very good at both.
Imagine the merchandise they sell. Imagine the merchandise they sell in his country. Oh my
goodness!
How much do you think they must sell it?
That idiot interpreter guy, man, he had it made. He could have been with Shohei for his whole career and still gotten rich.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my goodness! I bet you they sell. I mean, they say the TV ratings at crazy times a day because of the time difference. They say over there in Ohtani's country, the TV ratings are off the chart. And Pat, you're talking like 6 a.m. in the morning. And they're setting TV ratings because Ohtani's playing. Ohtani is playing. All right, let's take one more break. We'll come back, take a look at all the news and notes from today, see if we missed anything, catch you up on what has happened in and around the world of sports as we're going to wrap it up here in about 20 minutes. Stay with us. We'll take a look around the world, kind of also paint tomorrow and Monday's show. Should be interesting tomorrow and Monday. We'll talk about that as we come back on our final break. The Young and Norvelle show continues right here on Action Sports Jacks.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University. Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker's Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Will Olive, Mandarin High School. Go Stangs.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oakleaf High School. Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002. Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School. Reagan Webb, Eagles U Academy.
Look good, Feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
The rhythm of my heart is beating like a drum, with we are more rolling off our tongues. Never will we roam, for we know our place is down. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing. Where the ocean meets the skies, we be sailing.
Back we are here, final segment, taking a look at the Jaguars practice facility. They've got a few more practices. They'll jump on a plane on Saturday, head out to New Orleans for a Sunday 1 o'clock game, and then back to the practice field. A few more practices the following week. They'll head then down to Miami, joint practice with the Dolphins, and then a game sort of that Thursday. Pat, it used to remember.
Apparently, the Dolphins have been awful themselves.
Really, I haven't heard much.
Really bad article. Really bad article came out about their joint practice with the Lions.
Really,
and apparently they just got obliterated in that. Like the nicest every reporter that was there, said it was it was a tough day.
Oh my.
A wink tough day. I think the most positive thing. I wish I could remember exactly what he said, but it was something along the lines of like, well, the Dolphins were here.
Ooh. Oh, well, there were Dolphins here.
The Dolphin players were here. Yep. But the Lions apparently just completely, and these are the practices that matter.
Yeah. Yeah. And you would think the joint practices, I've been to a few of them over the years here. And I think the joint practices, if I remember right, you would get more ones-on-ones in drills than you would even get in the game, in the preseason game. It seemed like you would get, early in the practice, you'd get, even if it's 7-on-7, you'd get the 7 starters on offense for the Jaguars and the 7 starters on D, and you'd get 6 or 7 plays to see, to watch and all. So, yeah, that's probably along those lines, probably not a good deal with the Dolphins. I don't know the Dolphins up and down personnel, and I don't know if this is supposed to be a just hold it together season or they're supposed to be good or bad, but you got to believe that whole Tua and the coach that looks like Doogie Howser, you got to believe this whole thing has got about a year or so before they blow it up, right?
Yeah, I think Tyreek Evans has been Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, it just feels like it either needs to work to the next level good or, okay, it's just not going to work. The guy looks like a player's coach and everything, and the same with Tua.
Is Mike McDaniels just better being an OC?
Maybe,
because he is a really good football mind, offensive guy, but maybe he's not a head coach.
Yeah, some guys are not. Switching back to college football, it appears, according to a lot of the headlines you see today, it appears there'll be some. Not that there couldn't be a appeal, but it appears there's going to be some finality to the Michigan Wolverine football sign stealing, all that stuff.
What could they do punishment wise?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. The guy's not even there anymore.
You're right.
Nope, nobody's there, right? Harbaugh's not there. The guy Stallion, he's gone, right? But supposedly tomorrow, they said Friday, there's going to be some type of I guess finality. Which way does it go? What do I think is going to happen? Not so much. I don't know. I'm just tired of hearing about it.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hearing about it. I do think, though, that in modern football, you may need to have something in place for electronics because electronics have gotten so good.
Yeah, for sure.
And Pat, you've done a lot of television, man. A boom mic over your head can pick up a lot. Those remember we talked about those big microphones you have to hold in front of your chest.
Yeah, those circular ones. Yeah.
Parabolic microphones. Pat, those things have gotten so good. You can be 100 yards away and aim that, and you can really hear a lot of talk. You can really hear a conversation. I mean, they've gotten that good, and I'm all for. I played a lot of baseball, as you know that. I'm for. Hey, that third base coach, he's out there in front of God and Santa. If I can put a guy on the bench, or if I can just watch the guy over and over again, inning after inning, if I can break his code, more power to me. But to me, that's not, shaking his hand and putting a listening device in his pocket.
Right. Yeah.
That's just me breaking it. I'm fine with that. But what this guy, it sounds like Michigan, it was so high tech that, I think we probably do need to have some type of electronic,
Some
protection.
type of checks and balance. Yeah, for sure.
Wouldn't you think?
Absolutely.
Wouldn't you think? But I'm ready for it to end.
It's been a documentary and this and that, and like it's just, I hope the NCAA doesn't do one of those things where they punish current players for something they had nothing to do with.
Yeah, that would smell. That would smell. And you wonder, that whole group, Connor Stallion, I think his name was, Jim Harbaugh, obviously the coach at the time. Didn't they win a title right in the middle of all that?
Yep. He missed the first two games or something like that.
Kind of going on. So, and I know we
then
do live
Sherrod Moore had the weirdest post-game interview I've ever seen.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
He fake cried.
Oh my gosh.
He fake cried. But we do live in a sports society where, yes, you can retroactively take a championship away, but if we saw it with our own eyes, we count it, don't we? I mean, we saw Michigan win that title on the field. If tomorrow there's an announcement that says, and Michigan has to vacate their national right?
My gosh.
Does that do any? We believe our eyeballs, don't we? We're a society that believes our eyeballs.
Yeah, except not UCF.
Yeah.
We believe our eyeballs to say, yeah, but you're not a champion. Like no.
Our eyeballs see a national title sign in their stadium. Doesn't that count? We see it. We see it. They say they won it. They claim they won it.
I can't believe that they have that in there. They actually have that they won a national championship.
Isn't that terrible? Isn't that
That's
20?
terrible.
What is it? 2017 national champions, UCF, who they weren't even in the Big 12 at the time, right? They were just an independent bump or AAC or whatever.
12-0 or 13-0, whatever it was. But they won their bowl game.
Yeah. Yeah. They beat Auburn that year. Was it Auburn in the bowl game? And everybody was going, come on, Auburn, beat them and finish this off. I think it was Auburn they beat in a bowl game. And by the way, it might have been like a 4-loss Auburn team. So, Pat, I don't have time. I don't know why I wanted to ask you this question. And I probably have asked you before, and it may be a stupid question, and we only have 2 minutes left. I don't know why. Pat, I wanted to ask you, when you were playing basketball, do you remember the maddest time you were on a court? I don't know if it was a guy being physical. I don't know if it might have been referees not calling what you thought they could have called. Do you remember the maddest time you were on the court?
The mad. I remember one. Yeah, when I was playing overseas, when I was in Turkey. Yeah, I got a double tech out of there.
What happened?
Patrick. Missed call. Upset with that. I can't remember if it was like back-to-back tech or if it was like one tech and then another play, but it was I was fired up.
Now, when you were playing in Europe, you mentioned you thought there were some bad calls. Was there a communication problem? Did you not speak the language of the officials in Europe?
Shoot, I don't know. I mean, the best officials are the ones that coach in or officiate in the Euro League, and they all speak English, and they're all pretty good guys in my opinion. I like those officials.
Were you an elbow thrower?
No,
that's pretty weak, isn't it? Isn't that considered weak?
That's trying to do something like that, trying to hurt people. That's pretty nut. That's pretty low.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought. Have I ever asked Pat about the maddest time? Pat, so did you call home and say, "Hey, Dad, I got a double T and I got thrown out tonight"?
I don't think I called my parents or anything like that. Like, I don't know. My dad doesn't have a lot of depth to him. He's a great guy. So, I don't know if he would have even done anything or said anything about it.
Yeah, I like it.
No, my dad's a simple guy. He doesn't have depth.
Hey, your mom would have got on your ass though. You did what? You got thrown out?
Possibly, but when you're a grown man, you're not calling your parents, telling stuff like that. Either they see it and they say something, because I'm not going to bring that up.
Yeah. Hey, Patrick, be nice. Be nice, Pat. Be nice on the court. Be nice. All right, buddy. Good stuff on a Thursday. Appreciate everything you do for the show, as always, and everybody, including Casey Kurtz, producing. That'll wrap it up. We'll get back together one more time this week. Previewing the Jaguar game coming up Sunday in New Orleans. Should be some cuts made, I would think, almost immediately after that game. Certainly on Monday, we'll have that to talk about as well. That'll do it. We'll get back together tomorrow, 4 o'clock, next edition of the Young and Norvelle Show. Have a great day, everybody.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.